I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about it's not you, it's them.
Well, it is them.
Well, a lot of the times it is them. You know,
Right.
Oftentimes in a breakup, we come out of the situation feeling like the bulk of the problems in the relationship were us. And we just sit there and beat ourselves up. And a lot of times we're constantly obsessed with what we did wrong. Why did you break up with me? What was wrong? What can we do to fix this?
And do we go over every conversation we had?
Yes, we
Yes.
do. But because we're asking them what we did wrong and why they're leaving us, they're of course going to either make up answers or tell us the truth, or sometimes both,
Yeah.
right? Because a lot of times they'll be hiding something from you, maybe another person, or the real reason they're breaking up with you, or maybe they don't even understand why they're really breaking up
And
with
that
you.
happens too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where something's going on with their family of origin. And I had something recently where somebody had a father get sick, and so they left the relationship to go back to take care of the father. And they couldn't say that.
Oh.
So the woman felt like it was all her
Why couldn't you
fault.
say that?
Actually, it was a lesbian couple.
Uh-huh.
And so the woman left my client feeling like it was all her fault. And when I started to really look at the situation, I'm like, wait a minute. She mentioned the father is sick. I go, did she go to move back with the father, who she happened to be really close with? Yes. Aha.
Yeah, there it makes
Now
sense.
we know
Sure.
why this breakup
But how
happened.
unfortunate they couldn't talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's really important to realize that in many cases where you're sitting and beating yourself up, that you weren't really the problem.
Right.
And it's very hard to be objective in these kind of
Oh,
situations.
it's impossible when emotions are running high. It's very,
Obviously,
very hard.
yes. And if you want to get a coaching with us, we'll do our best to be objective and help you see what happened and figure out what went wrong. Because a lot of times your friends won't tell you if you've done something wrong, or they'll put all the blame on your ex, or you'll sit there and beat yourself up when really they were the problem.
Right.
All kinds of situations can happen. And so Margaret has an incredible understanding with family of origin stuff, and so that's often really, really good.
Always look there.
Yes, for figuring out a breakup.
Yeah.
So I got a great email from somebody that I did Skype with, and you're going to kind of see what happened in their scenario and how they started to realize they really weren't the problem. So they said, "Hi Craig, first and foremost, I would just like to thank you for your incredible insight during our Skype coaching last week. I was a little nervous going into it, but your entire disposition and humor helped soothe whatever trepidation I felt.
Oh, that's great.
I truly believe that is one of the most authentic characteristics of a helper. During the session, you
I
helped
agree.
me to realize that even though some of my anxiety may have contributed to the temporary break, you managed to dissect the situation and deduce that it was not you, it's them situation. The infamous them being none other than his family, namely his mother and sister.
Oh, not unusual.
The entire breakup was confusing and unclear, which according to that video meant that it was likely due to family disruption. I recently rewatched the video, a major factor if your breakup can turn around, and it all rang true.
Good. I'm so glad.
Furthermore, everything you said and the recommendations you made, example, his need to individuate, take a stand for himself, and completely separate from his mother and sister in order to function was true and serendipitously manifested before my very eyes this past weekend. Now that I started reading it, I remember exactly who this woman was.
Okay.
She is actually a therapist herself.
Is she?
Yes. You cannot make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
And what I realized for her situation was that he was being guilted to take care of
Sure.
the nephew, the sister's son.
Yeah.
And so he wound up going back to live there with the sister and the mother to take care of the son so the sister could work. So he was being used as a babysitter.
He certainly was. And his own life was being interrupted.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I said he's got to separate from them.
Yep.
And decide that he's got to go live his own life.
That's right. You can't let them disrupt it.
She says, my birthday was the day after our session, and I was not expecting him to reach out. I'd been in no contact since the breakup, about a month, and was relentlessly sticking to it, no matter what. I'd started kickboxing, took myself out on dates, went rock climbing, journaled every day, watched your videos and took notes on them, started therapy, and dedicated time every day to the workbooks.
Wow. Funny thing, she got better, huh?
Wow, right?
Yeah.
And I always tell you guys, work on the workbooks just 20 to 30 minutes every day. A little bit, review your answers from the day before, and then work on them again,
Right.
and then review the next
Don't
day.
overwhelm yourself. Right.
It's easy to do that. I was taking care of myself and meeting my own needs. That very night, just hours after our session and minutes before midnight, I was packing for my birthday trip I was taking the next day when my phone started buzzing.
Oh.
It was him. I took a few breaths, centered myself, and answered. He said that he set his alarm clock 5 minutes before midnight so that he could call me to spend some time with me before the clock struck 12. He said he wanted to be the first one to tell me happy birthday.
Wow.
We laughed, we joked around with one another. He delivered a beautiful poem for me, about me, off the cuff and in the moment, and I got him to admit that he was nervous about talking to me. Wow. Big change, right?
Oh my goodness.
Now he's nervous.
Yeah.
Right? I thanked him for his honesty and sincerity. I kept it present-centered and did not veer from that, especially about the past. We planned to meet up during the weekend. The day after my birthday, we met up and he presented a large gift bag with my favorite goodies and treats, and said that there was more to come. He had surprises for me. I asked him for a hug to show my gratitude. He said I can have a hug and a kiss. So we did just that. We spent the day outside exploring different places and trying out different foods. He kissed me every chance he could. During one interaction, a woman in a restaurant complimented me and asked if he was my boyfriend. I didn't answer, which led him to chime in, say yes, that we'd been together for 3 years.
Oh.
After that, he said, "You hesitated," to which I responded and told him, "Of course I did. We broke up."
Right. You broke up with me, as a matter of fact.
Fast forward to later that night, he received a series of text messages from his mother
Oh yeah.
telling him that she needed him, asking him where he was and who he was with.
Oh, how old is this guy?
He was almost 30. And literally, that was the next sentence. He's almost 30. You're a mind reader. He was forthcoming with the information, and at one point he became so angry he hit a wall.
Oh.
He said that she texted something to the effect of, "I could be saving you, LOL." Meaning from the girlfriend.
Oh.
He was pissed, and I was confused, but not really. Why? because everything you said came to full fruition.
Didn't it?
It's not me, it's them.
Yeah, it really is them.
It is.
Wow.
I stood up for myself in that moment and told him that whatever the circumstances, his mother does not have personal boundaries, which was why she felt it was within her right to make that comment.
Mm-hmm.
I also told him that this breakup was not about anything I had done directly to him or them. I never disrespected, demanded, or devalued him or anyone, and thus no one needs to be saved from me. Ooh,
Good for her.
Yes,
Good for her.
she's doing great, isn't she?
Yes.
I also told him that I won't stand for that kind of treatment, and that if I were in his position, I would confront my parent and stand up for my partner.
Good.
She's doing great.
She is. I hope you can do it.
He was receptive and understanding and plans to have a discussion with her. So, all in all, you were right, Craig. You were right about everything in the videos and everything in our session. I think I love this woman.
Yes, absolutely. She got it. She really, really got it.
You were also right about the need for him to get angry, just enough to the point where he can use that energy and finally disconnect from their hold.
Wow.
And we just talked about this in the video about anger, which I highly recommend you guys watch. Right?
Yes, absolutely. Your anger is your friend when you're trying to grow and deal with your family of origin. Not that we want you to be angry at them, but it helps you separate.
So go watch the video we did on anger. I think I titled it of an important video on anger.
Okay.
Okay, there's a little bit more. As for me, I am continuing on my path of self-improvement and self-love. If he wants to meet me there or walk alongside with me on his journey, it's his decision. We are taking a few days away this week as we are both on vacation from work to spend time together. As for me, I am loving the journey that I am on and this newfound freedom to be totally, unapologetically me.
Wow.
I am eternally grateful to you and Margaret's unending wisdom. All the best.
Well, thank you very much for saying that. But really, it does make our little hearts happy.
Yes, she really did a phenomenal job.
She has worked on herself. She has understood the situation. And had she not understood the situation, she might have blamed herself.
Yes, and she was.
Yeah, she was.
This is somebody that I did a Skype call with recently. And when I really started looking at it, that's when I figured out that it was the mother and the sister that were keeping him held. Right. And that's why he had broken up with her. Out of the guilt that he was supposed to take care of the nephew.
And how was that his job?
Well, and the other problem was that he was trying to move in with her, and they were going to, I guess, live together for the first time. But because it was trying to escalate and he was trying to separate, that's when they sabotaged everything.
Yep, of course, because he was, sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was awesome when I was able to figure that out and piece that together. It is awesome that
you were able to figure that out. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks to Margaret's teaching, I was able to figure that out.
There's another video we did, and it's something, I don't remember the beginning title, maybe you do, Craig. It's something about a hidden cause for breakups.
A secret reason for breakups, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a very good video, too. Yes.
That begins to address this issue.
Yes. Because, a lot of you guys don't realize that it's not just you in a relationship. It should be two people, but many times the other person's family has a hold on them and is really controlling them. Right?
Absolutely. If they haven't,
So, in many cases, there are things going on that you don't realize, and she's a therapist, and even she wasn't able to put this together. But
when she did, of course, she did a bang-up job.
Exactly. Yeah, now she's doing great. And, now she's standing up for herself, which she did a great job on.
Yes, she did.
And not tolerating, what the mother had done to put her down. Right. Because it really wasn't right.
No, it wasn't.
Hadn't done anything.
No, she hadn't.
Yeah. So, phenomenal job.
Yep.
regardless of what happens with this guy.
You improved our day.
And not only that, you can see she's a success story.
Absolutely.
She's doing phenomenal, right? So, great success story on her part. Things are turning around with the partner. She's now setting boundaries and helping him, and at least helping suggest what he need to do to have his own life.
Right.
But there are many times where it really isn't you.
No, it isn't.
It's them.
Yeah. And you know, we're grown-ups, and because we're grown-ups, we own what's ours. But there's always enough of what's ours that we don't need any extra.
That's right.
To own, you know?
Yep.
So own what you gotta, but don't take on extra.
I mean, and if she hadn't figured this out, she probably would be beating herself up for at least another year or two.
Oh, yes, of course.
So,
yeah.
Good job.
Right.
Of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Yes. Feel free to sign up with me. I can get you in pretty soon.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.